I'm here to talk about Dark Aether and what is the best way and best how to get it. Now, I'm not going to go over which weapons are the best way to do it or like which way to do it. I'm just going to explain the ways that I did it for the main weapons mostly. So, the main weapons out of the 30 main weapons are XM4 AK, AK-47, Krig, QBZ, FFAR, MP5 Milano, AK-74U, KSP, Bullfrog, Type 63, M16, AUG, DMR-14, Carve, Stoner, RPD, M60, Pellington, Tundra, M82, 1911, Magnum, Diomedes, Howard Gallo, Sigma, RPG, Knife, and M79. Fuck you, Jay. But I feel like the first thing I should say are like what would be like how do the levels work in a sense with weapons? Let's take the amp for example. 29 gold guns. Oh, okay. So if you don't know how it works, it basically goes you need 35 camos for the gun to unlock Gold Viper. And Gold Viper oddly looks shit. And then after you get all, but if you get three, I think the highest is like between one. I mean between two. Yes, two, 2 to 5 weapons on a minimum. You unlock diamond for that class, and then if you unlock all the diamonds, you get Dark Ether, and Dark Ether is the sickest one. And to unlock it, you need 25 kills. 25. I mean 2,500 normal kills, crits, pack a punch kills, 15 elites, 10 kills rapidly, can um 3 crits consecutively, and 20 kills without getting hit. All of this is gonna come super naturally, and plus if it doesn't, it doesn't, and if it does, it does. Like it's very weird, like how to explain it, but it makes sense if you do it before. But basically, I recommend your weapon to be at least level 35-ish before you actually... No. No, you don't. You don't need the ZRG gold. If you want to have a hell, you can. But at the same time, if you do, you do. But if you don't, you don't. So, yeah. Wait, I'm curious now. That's just that, yeah. So... Just kind of looking, I guess. But basically, what you need is at least 2,500 kills, and then... Shut up, no. Like, basically you just need to... The most hardest, basically what you need is levels. You need it at a barest minimum at 50/30 to unlock it. And that's how you get consecutive. Like, basically the only hardest challenge out of all of this is just getting levels. And there's really not one good way to do levels. Like, there's good and bad ways to do levels, but there's not one priority. There's not one good way to do levels, I guess, in a way. Hardest camos levels. Yeah, but, like, again, it comes naturally, so, like, the moment that you hit, yeah, Outbreak is the best way, but it's... There's not one confining mode. Hold up. I really need to find... But there's not one good mode. Or go crazy in MP, yeah. Like, there's not one great way to do it. Like, there's good ways to do it, but there's not one consecutive way of doing it. Basically, if you use a weapon a lot, you should somehow get it going. Now, besides for levels, Yeah, I know. But basically, the most average, if your weapon is max leveled, you can averagely probably get it around probably two-ish, three-ish games. It is possible in one, but the more average way to do it is probably two-ish games. The first game, you probably get 1,500 for all of these, probably. And then basically you get everything else done if it's a high enough level. You basically, besides maybe crits, and then your other game, it's literally just finishing out these three sets of camos. Literally, probably the most hardest one, in my opinion, is max max level 1 to 3 games. But basically, full auto 1 to 2. Yeah, yeah, I would say that. Um, but probably the most hardest set is actually consecutive. Um, it's not like none of these challenges are hard, but if I had to pick one that's hard, it's probably consecutive because it's the most easiest one to fail out of those ones, I guess, in a way. But like, it's not that difficult to do, and that's probably the one challenge that I would really pay attention to. It's just work on consecutive and all that. But another subsets are specials. I guess I can just go over the M79, I guess. Now for the M79, you need about 1,000 less crits. Now here we go. Kill two or more enemies rapidly 50 times. This literally comes the most natural. This is probably the most natural one out of them all, besides the normal kills that'll come. Um, with a single shot. Now I'll get to that in a second. Single shot. This is probably one of the more harder set of challenges. It's not difficult, but it's probably like up there with the more harder one. Pack a punch is pretty easy. Um, pack a punch is the same thing as kills. Elites, it's five less elites. Rapid kills and consecutive without getting hit. Consecutive without getting hit sounds hard. It's not hard. But that's one of the subsets. Now the other one, which is probably the most hardest one, the most hardest subset in my opinion, are melee weapons. You need 750 crit kills. Kills with distraction with stun grenades, decoys, and monkey bombs. Pack a punch kills are the same. 15 elites. I mean, no, not 15 elites. 50 kills while you're in Ether Shroud, Ring of Fire, or Frost Blast. 10 elites. Um, stun kills. I mean, rapid kills. Consecutive, and that's it. Now, the knives are very particular in a way, which is odd, but not really. That's kind of the only hard one. I think launchers, I believe, are the same. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, they're literally the same as M79. Um, literally everything with weapons is different, but that's the main ones, I guess, in a way. And then, like, assault rifles, SMGs, TACs, light machine guns, snipers, pistols, shotguns are all the same. But then, there is another kind of subset. Yeah, launchers are pretty easy. I was just making sure that they're part of the challenges or, like, whatever. Um, probably, like, one of I guess now I can get into skills that you'll probably need throughout this grind. Now, I say get this. First of all, get all the weapon class skills. But if I would have to recommend one the most, probably melee. Actually, funnily enough, it sounds so like not important, but trust me, yeah, all of them tier 5. All weapon classes make sure that they're tier 5, but I say the first one to go for is probably melee, just because with like how important it is at the beginning and stuff. Like all of them are basically the same. Like I say at the barest minimum, probably tier 3 for majority of these. just because of the additional attachment slots and like stuff like that. But have them tier 5. Just have them tier 5. Field upgrades, I recommend mainly 2. I only really recommend Frenzy Guard or Ring of Fire. That's literally all you need. Like, I'm just saying, like, Ring and Frenzy, like, all these are nice, and also make sure that your Ether Shout's up, I guess, as well, I guess. Like, it really doesn't matter with these, like, what Jay's saying, like, yeah, like, get everything tier 5, but it takes a hot minute to get everything tier 5, so just kind of keep that in mind, really. Another thing to also get tier 5 probably really soon is Deadshot Daiquiri. It's just so nice for fucking headshots and stuff like that. Also, Meal Kick is pretty helpful for this challenge as well. Just for the slots. That's really all you really need for it is just the slots. Depth Perception, just Depth Perception. But those are the main 2 ones I really recommend. All the other ones just are like, oh yeah, Chug boosts your armor. That's necessary. Um, field upgrade 20% faster. Quick revive also necessary. Ammo mods. There's only really one I recommend, but that's literally just cryo and the main one I really recommend is cryo, like for crits because they don't fuck you out of anything at all, if not ever with crits. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, Shadow Blast is very nice for this. For literally only consecutive, and then I guess like other stuff as well. But that's kind of the only reason to run Shatter. Um, I guess also I should probably get into the modes now. I guess, yeah. Mounder Tone's only good for elites and I guess normal kills as well. But that there's just way too many spawns and all the bosses are very tanky and annoying. Outbreak is the best for levels in a way, but it's also one of my least favorite things to grind just because of how annoying it is at the beginning and kind of late game to do stuff. But that's just kind of my opinion. Firebase is probably your best all around bet because like it's has a very slow round progression, I guess in a way, but it has enough zombies and enough not annoying elites to make it not that hard, but also make everything else pretty easy. Um, my recommendation is Die Machine, just because the only thing that you really have to worry about is, that. Now, an average build, I guess I should probably just say this quick. Um, I guess I'm just gonna take the fucking amps, I guess, again, because there's probably the thing I'm gonna use here quick. The amps, I guess. I wouldn't say that. It doesn't really matter. An average build. Wait, no, I'm actually gonna take the XM4. An average build with Dark Aether for a Dark Aether grind. Now, this is kind of keeping it in mind with the set of like a level 30-ish kind of build. I recommend literally any site that you see fit. I personally recommend the Millstop Reflex or the Quick Dot LED, but it really does not matter which site you run. Like, run whatever makes you happy, I guess, but like whatever makes you really happy. So I'm just gonna put on Micro Reflex because why not? For barrel, I really actually just recommend the second one. That's literally the only one that you really need, and that's the one that I've been constantly running. Micro lead, yeah. For barrels, for early barrels, I recommend the second one. But any of them really work the moment that you get Task Force. That's kind of the one that you're craving for, really. Just the one with just Task Force, really. But I guess for early game, always run. I mean, for early levels, run Cavalry Launcher. For barrel, I recommend Mounted Flashlight just because it gives you. It's the most minimal one without giving you any reductions to anything, and it also increased salvage input. Probably just Bruiser Grip, but Infantry Trip is also pretty good as well. For magazine, run the highest that you possibly can and fast mag. So, oh fuck, it's actually okay. So I'm actually gonna have to change that. I think, yeah. So just kind of keep that in mind to run the highest mag. Don't worry about any of the downsides. Just run the highest round mag. Um, Flinch shape is pretty good just for the flinch resistance for anything really. But airborne is the way to go, and then obviously Raider Pad, way to go, and that's a decent average build with fucking with Dark Ether. I mean, going for Dark Ether. You don't really have to run anything in that certain of a way. This just comes very naturally. It takes a minute to do it. My stats now. This is kind of like an extra day playtime, really. What's screaming at me? Probably the Diamante thing. Hold up. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. My combat records for this is I have about, I would probably say 18 days played with this, with over probably over 750 games played, and that's with going for camos and stuff. And like the weapons that you use a lot are the weapons that shockingly get like my lowest weapon is probably something I've used very recently. Yeah, it's just like something I've is like almost done but not there yet because the average kill is probably 2500 no matter what it is. So like my lowest weapon that I've got done is I think it was um RPG, yeah. Wait, no, Shadow Hunter. Yeah, it would be Shadow Hunter. It's averagely like 2000 ish kind of kills to get it, and then like anything lower you don't got done. So just kind of keep that in mind, I guess. And that's kind of about it, really. It's literally whatever you want to make it. If you want to make it hard for yourself, you can make it hard for yourself. If you want to make it easy for yourself, you can make it easy for yourself. But that's kind of the best way I can explain Dark Ether to like a lot of people. It's just that it's not a hard camo to get. It's a very grinding camo, but in my opinion, it's definitely just worth it just to do it. So yeah, that's kind of about it with me talking about Dark Ether. Get the fuck out.